Welcome guys, this is We Love Red 3 and as I promised this is the Empire banner. Thanks for the voting, I hope you liked it. I wanted this to be more related with the lore of the Red 3, but now let's get back to the game. Now we are on the round 2 of Christmas Double Elimination. So let's give a quick recap. On the bottom we have Green Alert, this is Green Soviets. And he defeated his opponent Alantay on the first round and carried himself on the second round against Samir, but we know him, he is Tsar. And in a little bit unfair matchup against Mastermind X. I mean, it's in favor of Tsar, by the way. But anyway, GG for both of the players, and Tsar carried himself to round 2. So now we are on the map, Liberation Freeze. A map that particularly does not favor anyone, I suppose. Maybe a little bit inclined to allies because this is the safe, I mean, the closest expansion point, and allies can always move a little bit further if your opponent mirrors it, can go for a turret push and take advantage of it. But anyway, now we are playing, I mean, we are seeing the game between Soviets and the Empire. Both of know how to play, both of know how to pull out some tricks. So hopefully we will see a game like this. Now, Tsar gets the first oil derrick. On the meantime, the response is coming from the... Well, oh, wait a second. MCV, fine. And we have a Crusher Crane as well. Okay, so let's see how he cooks. He still doesn't have the engineer, so he hasn't get his oil derrick yet. Now, Flak Trooper is taking some shots on this Dojo Core. And, whoa, a quick shift to the magnetic mines. Dojo Core is destroyed. Of course, taking the life of the poor Flak Trooper. I like this move a lot. I mean, Burst Drone on the MCV, very slow, but now it's been repelled a little bit. Now, Tsar once again attached itself, almost there. But conscripts just deal very little damage, so I don't think MCV would have to get some trouble. On the meantime, lots of tank busters coming from the Tsar side, and it's actually nice. I mean, tank busters can quickly deter any kind of MCV attempt. Also, Burst Drone is now offline. He may get another one as well. I mean, it's not a bad move after all. Slowing down the MCV. Now Tsar's MCV packs up as well, joins on the front lines. And there's only barracks here. So this is going to be a Tesla push, I suppose. MCV now perilously, okay, unpacked right away. And Tesla coil is being built on the left refinery, unpacked immediately. And now Bears joining the fray. And nice body block coming out, and all of these Imperial Warriors get crushed, by the way, and most unfortunate, Bears missing the big roar, but Bears are now getting crushed. There are only 2 conscripts are actually against these tank busters. On the meantime, another Bear is joining the fray. There is no production coming out of the Tsar. I mean, there are only 2 Tengus, and now they're immediately go for the jet mode, and probably going for the harassment. Already one arrived on the collector, but this one has some repairs, so that shouldn't be a big deal. On the meantime, free damage is being dealt to the MCV. Sneaky engineer, not gonna happen. One of the refinery is already offline, and this Dojo Core is going to be destroyed on the meantime. And MCV is half HP, so Tsar is going to get a tier 2, but also the Tesla coil is being built as well. So tank busters are now dealing more damage. Scatter move has been used. Tank busters now burrow deep and safe under the treads of his own MCV. Now MCV unpacks near and sell immediately, and oh, that's a terrible timing for the Tsar. And engineer gets killed, maybe with the Tesla coil zapping to capture more, but not going to happen anytime soon. Airfield is going to be built, but without income, that's not going to happen anytime soon, I suppose. I mean, Tsar is now completely, I mean, blitzing the economy of the Green Alert, but now Tsar has no economy as well, let alone no production as well. So right now there's only 1 oil derrick, and 1 refinery is going to be the sole income of his refinery. Now sentry guns are being built. A nice and niche base defense could work for a very small amount of time, and this collector is going to be rebuilt. Green Alert, okay, fine. He has commissioned it as well. Quite a crazy opening. I mean, both of the sides are actually sacrificing a lot to get advantage. Conscripts are intercepted. I mean, this is a star rank conscript, and losing it not going to be worth anything soon. And Dojo Core is being deployed. Tsar really wants any means of economy as soon as possible. Right now, reactor is being sold, and 1 thing lost as well. Not the best thing that can happen to you. After all, I mean, these are the only units you have on the field, so you don't want to lose them. Now, Bear is camping in front of the Dojo Core, and Tengu is also arriving on the meantime. And another Tengu in the jet mode is already stationed over there. I just find it good to see it. Now, some dance moves are happening. Maybe go for the, deploy the other Tengu on the land to stop it. Now, this is the best circus that we want to see for a while, but both of the players are actually fixated over here. You don't see, for example, Zar is going for, even though he goes for counterclockwise, and so does the green outlet, and I mean, he is completely using the collision of this building. But now, Engineer is out, and oh, we get the cell. Roar is done, but it's going to be late. Now, oil derrick has been captured, so we can technically say Zar is on 2 refineries. Even though getting this refinery very late, I don't think that will help him anytime soon. He needs some time for this oil derrick to pay itself first, and then you can start to get profits of it. Now, Mecha Bay is once again back online. Dojo Core very next to it. I don't know, because, I mean, with one Tesla push once again happening, it's going to be a little bit trouble. And now tank busters are being on. Hammer tank is now next to the walls. Walls are being sold and now rebuilt very quickly. But now collector is taking some of the hits, already half HP. So I think it's going to suffer move speed reduction if it takes one shot over. But now tank busters now taking 3 shots over the hammer tank. This hammer tank is forfeit. It's going to die very soon enough. Maybe you can use a leech beam over here. Where are there any kind of bears are coming for it? No, there's only one conscript or the assistants. Now, just use a leech beam and drain the HP of the hospital so you can... Oh, okay, tank buster surprise. How often do you see this happening? Now, tank busters now make contact with the walls. Terror drone just approached by those at the back, and the bears are being pumped up one by one. Barracks is being built very beautifully, and Roar didn't come along. But now one Tengu has been caught red-handed with bullfrogs. Now Terror drone and the conscript have been airdropped over the scene. It will take a lot of time for this conscript to clear out all of these, but again, this hammer tank, okay, it's going to just repair itself with the repair drones out there. Now, unfortunately, I mean, even though these are free units, this doesn't necessarily mean that they should be going for waste. And this terror drone is menacingly running around, maybe baiting some Tengus. Oh! I mean, the engineer gets sniped midair. Okay, so somehow this collector is bugged, I suppose. But let's see how Zar is actually doing great. Now he is getting a sudden transport. I don't know if this is going to be for defense purposes or offensive purposes. Here's the thing. This is very nice to pull off against Empire. Not very effective against allies, because allies usually have indicators to intercept this even before arriving. Against Soviets, I don't think that's going to work, because Soviets have terror drones. So you will force eject your tank busters in there. Even if you place an Imperial warrior, when the plot is revealed, your opponent can intercept very quickly. Now, Green Alert has a sizable amount of army on the land, but I would definitely go for airfield. Like, this game calls for a quick airfield, because after all, Zar really relies on infantry. His investment on the Tengus are not that very high, so you can easily get a MiG or maybe pair it with bullfrogs, because after all, I mean, this is Zar. Let alone being Zar, he is a good player, and he can actually out-micro your MiG. And you may find yourself actually maybe losing the trade against it, or even cut loose. So Zar is now, scouting the base, realizing that it's completely empty, and his entire army, Green Alert's entire army is here. Now, Tesla Coil is still blocking this section, not bad. And once again, we get to see a Tier 2 Mecha Bay. In the meantime, where is the Saturn transport? Is this going to be used? This is going to be used for defensive purposes. I mean, there are so many bears out there, so that's not going to work now. The tank busters ejected and dealing 3 shots over there. Bears are now chasing in. 4 of the bears are roaring and... Whoa! That's the tactical feint, like... I don't know if he did this on purpose, but he had 5 bears and 4 of them roared. Maybe he actually made Zara think that, oh no, I missed all of my roars, so this is going to be a face. But no, actually, there was actually 1 more bear out there, has still, or roar on not in cooldown, and he stunned all of these tank busters, leaving all of Zar's effort into vain. Now 3 hammer tanks are now circling around to deal damage to this Mechabay, but this is going to take a little bit longer. Tank buster production is unhinged, and he is getting one by one more slimy tanks are being built, and he is actually get outnumbered. Under the repair drones and with the nano deflectors, I mean, they get a huge boost on repairs. And he is actually... Okay, we get to see an MCV cell. How effective is that going to be? And better yet, Green Outlet already saw this happening, so he will probably have 1 terror drone at least in his base. On the meantime, once again, tank busters are arriving to deal some damage to this oil refinery. And the problem is very simple. These walls are not being built yet, so they can deal actually damage. After taking down this oil derrick, now Green Alert's army has arrived. Bear is going to reach, and actually Roar worked well this time. And all of these tank busters gets actually crushed. Fortunate for the Tsar. And still he's not getting the walls down. I mean, maybe you can just send 2 Tengus here for suicide, and it can, I mean, take down the refiner. But here's the trouble. I don't think Tsar invested on that. Yep, VC, fortified fleet, and advanced rocket pods. Not honorable discharge, not point defense drones. I mean, not worthy at all. Because after all, he sold his MCV for the quick cash boost he wants to have. And the quick cash boost is going to pay itself off. He gets units as quick as possible. He's actually getting a healthy amount of stomach tanks. On the meantime, we get to see a massive, very good blocking over there. But now reactor is going to be sold. I mean, this wall has not been built and is going to be exploited very well. Bears are actually spotting it, but not going to work anytime soon. Collector has been crushed. A nice cashback arrived for the help. But the trouble is, only reactor must be built for getting an ore refinery. Now finally this southern transport gets intercepted with the terror drones, so I think that's not going to do anything wrong for a very long time. Yep. And terror drone survives over that. Very nice actually. But now trouble is doubled already. I mean, Striker reacts and tsunami tanks approaching from the top side of the Green Alert space. And the problem is his army, his land army is moving over there. 1 hammer tank gets the snipe, and there's no anti-air. Is Tsar going to, get a very sick comeback over this? This is a lot of tsunami tanks. Now, this terror drone must survive no matter what. The economy must be stricken down a little bit. Now Tsar is making a retreat. Maybe that's going to be tactical, I am unsure. Now reactor is being built, and this collector can actually grant some very nice cashback. If only Green Alert, I think he noticed that I'm moving out. And Green Alert is once again, is he going for offensive? Not while this is at your doorstep. Okay, refinery has been cancelled. Sentry gun, not the best base defense. Barracks has been sold immediately. And War Factory is now under threat. Now, this is the power of the terror drone. All of these tsunami tanks are actually retreating. Now, Striker VX is making the retreat. On the meantime, 1 Tengu just comes along and dies immediately. 1 tsunami tank out of the herd has been captured, shackled by this terror drone, and the drain has happened. Now, another tsunami tank has been captured. Now, this is, if you ask me, if this happens, I just let it go, because more you try to get, more you try to preserve your units, chances are really high that you get more infected. And this is the kind of a trade that Green Alert will always love to do it. Because after all, tsunami tanks cost higher than the terror drones, and you eventually forfeit your units. And that's very simple. Now, on the meantime, Green Alert going to lose his final oil derrick as well. No cash bounty, so unfortunate game. On the meantime, we haven't seen a production coming from Tsar as well. And also, let's see. Okay, once again, another tsunami tank gets infected. Now he is just moving around. Okay, 2 of them gets infected, so numbers of the tsunami tanks are dwindling. Now there are only 4. Like when he arrived, he had lots of tsunami tanks out there. Maybe 8 or maybe 9. But doesn't really matter now. Its numbers are dwindling to 4. And that's some serious reduction of the units. But now 2 of them are arriving on the seashore line. On the meantime, I think Tsar wants to replace his MCV. But after all, is this very necessary? maybe only for here, but he doesn't have point defense drones online, so that's not going to happen. Another tsunami tank, another misfortune, gets infected. On the meantime, now this Chopper VX makes the retreat immediately, seeing the side of the bullfrogs are enough to take them down. On the meantime, these tsunami tanks are arriving on the shore. I mean, they are closing each step, but that's the problem because hammer tanks can actually, if they can reach there, 1 and 2 of the tsunami tanks get infected as well. I mean, this is really not working in the favor of Tsar. On the meantime, 1 hammer tank gets capture of the tsunami tank and destroys, and it survives somehow. Now there is one, or maybe not going back should be better, but now tsunami tank gets the veterancy level. This is tense, by the way. Like, imagine your army is there, and I mean, you're not going to hunt the terror drones down with these striker VXs. Their rockets are not guided, so they fire on the land, and if your unit is fast, that's unfortunate news for you because you're not going to kill it. I mean, striker VXs can take down the dogs, can take down terror drones, can take down the, for example, war bears, terror drones. Anything goes fast is actually versus. But now, Toonblade, the power move already been revealed. Airfield, finally, the very needed addition for the Green Alert. The trouble is, Tsar gets his MCV and also third refiner. So in terms of economy, Tsar is going to be in a good shape. After all, you don't see an MCV for a very long time. So this also means there is no third refiner. Now, this conscript is doing the best of all for the Green Alert to spot this free tank buster arrival on his base on the top side. On the meantime, we see hammer tanks are now placed around. 2 twin blades, quite a healthy amount. Now, Tsar really wants to get a hold over this, I mean, very big and fat and armored and garrison, but not going to happen. Instead, he's going to lose all of his, unfortunately, tank busters. And I will try to get this twin blade out all of the kills, so it can actually get a veterancy. So that would be very nice. Now, on the surface, we have 2 bullfrogs only, but that's actually a little bit enough against 4 Tengus. Because after all, twin blades are mobile enough, unlike the most of the Soviet units. They are very fast. Now, unfortunate news for the Tsar losing the collector already. On the meantime, he's... Oh. Now, 1 Tengu goes down, can't even go for the landing. But now this army has been deterred. I mean, this is not an army but a strike force, but now, I mean, 2 bullfrogs are enough to send them home. On the meantime, once again, Mecha Bay is under threat. Tank busters try to position, but there is no anti-air. Bears are coming. Mecha Bay is down. What is going on in this game? And bears are actually mauling everything out there. Striker VXs just go for the landbone and try to take a clean shot on the twin blades. But now he doesn't even need them because there is nothing on this base to defend the green... Oh, okay. Now, from the looks of it, Green Alert find the perfect moment to strike Tsar's base. And that's actually very nice. I mean, Tomb Blades were... Even 2 Tomb Blades were more than enough for Green Alert to stop Tsar from the tracks. But now, GG for him. So let's see... Okay, sorry guys, by the way, let me show the stats of the game in case you are interested. Even though, for example, in very belated, 3rd refinery is not enough. I mean, with all in the game, 2 refineries and 50k credits. On versus, I mean, 48,000. But anyway, GG for both of our players. So let's go for the second game. I guess we are good to go. Alright. So, we are on Mir's Landing. And on the last game, we see a very crazy push came from the Green Alert. Now, we're going to support Tsar for being an underdog, for getting the equalizer. So this is a Red Empire Tsar, and we have, okay, Crusher Crane. Once again, Green Alert really wants to utilize all of the aspects of the Soviet units, and now he is learning from the mistakes, bullying everything in his base. I mean, even reactor is being bulled. Now barracks is online. On the meantime, Tsar's tasked with 1 Dojo and 2 Tujo cores are coming on the front lines. I think this is going to be a little bit late oil derrick capture, unlike the previous games. Only 2 bears are out, And Burst Drone once again goes immediately for the base of the Green Alert. Now, Green Alert has 2 refiners already online. This is actually a nice move because Crusher Cannon can actually stop 2 Tengu. I mean, not stop, but nullify the damage of 2 Tengus, making them completely useless. On the meantime, also, you can focus entirely over here. But now, are we going to see another MCV push? Is this going to happen? Now, this bear, I think he is sending them over here or see the base. A wall segment has been built, not that bad, but now MCV is completely unhinged and proceeding next to the Tsar's units. Once again, Burst Drone is now in the combat, attaching itself to MCV. The move speed is reduced greatly. On the meantime, I mean, Green Alert is smashing the X button to scatter all of his units around, and one conscript gets crushed. Where is the Flak Trooper? Okay, he's just... Okay, leave it to me, guys. I'm running next to the Dojo Core. On the meantime, these bears are actually... this is way too slow for MCV. I mean, even the MCV is quite slow, but now bears are now attacking each other and trading themselves with Imperial Warriors. This bear gets crushed. 3 charms. Fortunately, the bears get crushed on the way. Now, Flak Trooper has arrived, and this Dojo Core is actually absorbing some damage. On the meantime, what we're going to see here, nice, sick micro game coming out, and... Whoa! How did this Flak Trooper survive? He's not get crushed. But anyway, now Burst Drone is also gets destroyed. The only production, once again, is the barracks. But now, we have the tier 2 mecha wave, so we can immediately see a Tsunami Tank or a Striker VX. So what's it going to be? I think a Striker VX. Yep, Striker VX it is. Now, bears are just going in front lines and now trading most of the units they can. Advanced rocket piles are now being purchased and now dealing some damage on the MCV has begun. But now, remember, this MCV still has lots of HP, so that's not going to be a big problem. But the 3 tank busters are going to be a problem. Walls are being built, but Bear says, nope, I will just pass over there. Now, Flak Cannon is being built, Barracks is being built, Bear misses the roar. Definitely in need of an engineer. 100%. Second Striker VX is now coming up. I don't think engineer is out. Flak Cannon is now online. Is this going to be the end? Okay, not the end. But now MCV has been healed completely. Tesla coil. Is the range enough? I guess so. And the base is now completely empty. I mean, where are the units? Okay, first the unit is out. Chopper VX is now going for the base of the Green Alert. Now, Green Alert is trying to build his own base defense with just Flak Troopers out there. Oh, no! Striker VX just can't survive against a Flak Trooper and... Or maybe the Flak... Oh. Why? Why did he cancel it? Now also losing the Flak Trooper out there. That was quite valuable at this stage of the game. Now Striker VX is somehow very low HP. I mean, what? Tesla Trooper and 3 Flak Troopers. Not that bad. But they can all die to this one single thing out there. Now the things are getting a bit tense. Now once again Tesla Coil is being built. And Striker VX gets shut down and hunted by the Flak Trooper. And now Tengu has landed. Now this Tesla Trooper, if it's going to land a shot, it will take down the Tengu immediately. You will definitely need more Tengus than that. Or maybe a Terror Drone, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Green Alert is just doing this with handful of bears, 1 Flak Trooper and Tesla Coil. But now, how effective this Tesla Coil could be? After all, there is one pattern. From the looks of it, it's going to be very effective. Anyway, well, that was quite unfortunate. Maybe, I'm unsure how Zara could stop that. Maybe a little bit better unit decision. I'm unsure. But GG for the Green Alert. Very sick MCV pushes out there. And better luck next time for the Tsar. So let's proceed on the following games. So round 2. We started round 2 with crazy MCV push. Now, what are we going to see now? This is, we are on Infinity Isle. Very simple. This is Dutch Army, Red Allies. And this is Blue Empire, Darkness the best. Now, if I remember correctly, I don't know who defeated here, but I will probably write on the description, guys. I'm sorry for that. I really forget how was the games or anything like that. I could actually check it now. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to cut loose and get some cooldown on this action. Now, very quick airbase. Very quick, not even getting an air or refinery or anything. But now, Darkness starts with one Dojo core deployed next to the... Okay, this is a bit... I would probably place it over here. Now, there's only one Dojo is going out. And... I mean, Burstrong gets immediately destroyed. Apollo just scouts everything. Is this going to be a cryo push? I mean, maybe or may not. First Vindicator is now out. Dropping all of the bombs. Just take down one Imperial Warrior, okay. I mean, Dutch Army is a much better allies player, and I'm sure he knows what he's doing, but was that a mistake? I'm unsure. After all, they need... I mean, Imperial Warriors need 2 bombs. Now, one Vindicator just flying all over this barracks to snipe the Engineer. Now, MCV is going backlines. Maybe I will deploy a seaport first and then move backwards. I'm unsure, but now he is... he forgot MCV. Okay, he did it. Apollo is still out there, and now barracks is out completely. Maybe that will be the point of getting the Engineer out. Because that will require all of these Vindicators use their bombs. And here's the trouble. There is only one Apollo out there. So at this point, Dutch Army will definitely need a second airfield if he wants to compete against these Tengus. The only thing is, we don't have a mecha bay yet. And that's perhaps the biggest problem. He definitely needs a mecha bay. There's nothing at this point can stop it. The tracks of the Dutch Army's air force. You can get Defender Core, it doesn't really matter. 2 Vindicators can disable it immediately. Now, that's the move. Getting the oil derrick and buying himself the much of the valuable time. Also, these Imperial Warriors are actually dealing with lots of damage. Where is the seaport, Dutch Army? In Imperial Docks, a very quick commission of it. And you don't still have the mecha bay. Okay, power plant are very questionable, but they are very close. I wonder if it's going to deal some splash damage. It actually did. Some of the splash damage has been dealt thanks to this Imperial Warrior out there. And this is actually a half HP power plant that can be quite risky in the case of the Dutch Army. Now, the second airbase has been built, but on a very far location. Another sneaky Dojo Core. I think he definitely wants to buy himself more and more and more time. But this is a very late mecha bay. Now this is the generator going to take the L, selling off not going to work. What was actually that? Okay, that was a Defender Core, but was it sold or undeployed? I'm unsure. Dojo Core gets destroyed. On the meantime, Dutch Army going for the Fort Refinery. Now the solace is Dark Mage has access to sea and gets the 2 Yari mini subs. That's actually more than enough. Now Command Hub is going to get deployed. All he needs to do is be mindful of Dutch Army's Vindicators. I would probably go for the Command Hub first. It would give him the most valuable the build radius, but now Darkness thinks this airbase must get destroyed. On the meantime, Dutch Army going for the barracks and getting the Engineer snatching back from him. Okay, we get to see the walls. We will see if nothing in the world can make it break it down. Not going to happen. I think Dark Ages experiences a severe financial difficulties. He is very committed on this Yari mini subs. And now this base, even though losing one power plant, is very powered. Like, no low power by any means. Now dealing some free shots on the refinery, but man, you have to get... Okay, refinery gets sold just with the 3 Yari mini subs, but now the trouble is very simple. Now Striker VX just converts itself right in the time, but not going to happen. Fortunately, gets destroyed. I mean, Dutch Army just goes in, bombs the instant generators, forces a low power, and forces his opponent to spend most of the cash. Just for, ooh, 2 actually multi-gunner tricks. Some investment out there, but do not lose these Yari mini subs, whatever you do. Just make them stay over there. I wonder if the Dutch Army needs the Fort Refinery at this point. He just has a free access to Air Force, and I think that will be all what he needs. Now, once Striker VX goes down, unfortunate... Ah, yes, that's the final deal. I mean, that was the final blow for the Vindicator, and Vindicator goes down. Let's see, how is the cash? Okay, Dutch Army. There are almost exactly the same. Maybe that if only Dark Touch could pull off this with 2 Yaris, that would be much better. But slowly he is trying to build an anti-air force. Okay, we're going to see another push. Tachami wants to end this once and for all. Also, this javelin is quite dangerous. Now, point defense drones are online. I mean, Dachami is slowly losing the air superiority that he had built for too long. Javelin is now trying to go access and deal some damage. Now, I wonder what will be the radius of this MCV. If it can build over here, that will be start to be risky. Definitely. Now, MCV creates a cage for itself and sneaks out of the dojo core outside. In the meantime, once again, Air Force is now approaching and multi-gunner turret just been built, and unfortunately this instant generator is going to take the L. You could actually sell that one. Now Tengus and all the air flights are units are clearing each other, and now one of the indicators gets destroyed by the Striker VX, but now all of the air units are being traded in favor of the Dutch army. It happened way too fast, but now I don't think Darkness can recover over this. MCV is now trying the escort. I mean, this wall that he built in the means of protection is now serving as a cage for him, actually. I think he is also in... Yeah, he is in a low power mode, which is very terrible for him. Now, Tsunami Tank is out, but come on. You can't blame him, like, this is not very difficult to, for example, dodge or anything. Darkness is now unfortunately going very next to the barracks, but now the nano-detectors expired and gets destroyed. Now, multi-gunner turrets are being built one by one. Darkness is still trying to prevent Lachami to do whatever he wants to do, but now 2 of the units gets crushed. Not that bad. Oh, that's actually very sick wall setting out there. Darkness is really trying to pull something out of this, but now his situation is growing grim and grim every passing second. Now, so many multi-gunner turrets, 1 javelin is more than it, but he is always going for the low power mode, so that's something. Also, this auto collector is not working well, and now javelin is dealing free shots all over this construction yard, and it's just one simple javelin. Okay, wall is being built just in time. Oh no, generator core is actually taking damage even before getting built. Now, okay, very nice, but now this MCV, okay, instead of getting the MCV, gets down it. Gets down the Tsunami Tank. But now Darkness can't, I mean, the pressure is way too high, and now he has only 3 Striker VXs, but his doorstep has 4 multi-gunner turrets. And on worse, there is Javelin now trying to actively seek what he can do for Striker VXs. Not that bad, but this means his entire rest of the base is now completely undefended. I mean, all collected. Look at the damage that he gets. Well, also, oh no, man. This is cruel. Now we have a cryocopter as well. If Darkness can pull this off, I have no words to say. To Imperial Warriors are now trying to actively engage, and now Cryocopter taking some free shots, but now these 2 javelins are fixed and have taken down the dojo core immediately. On the meantime, what we have is just very simple. A handful of Tsunami Tanks and a Striker VXs. I wonder what Dutch army is actually waiting over here. He has the means of ending this game. This space is completely undefended. Also, he can actually go over there and maybe snipe it down. Not the refiner, by the way, but he uses a fire shot on this instant generator, once again forcing the opponent into low power mode. But now all of the... Oh, okay, one Vindicator goes down at least. That's some sort. But now the amount of the cryocopters are rising one by one. 3 cryocopters can actually shrink the entire army of the get out. So, that was insane timing. I wonder did he study on that, like 3 cryocopters just focusing on the instant generator, freezing down immediately and sending the Vindicators just in the time so they can deal damage. On the meantime, as you can see, Darkness trying actively seeks something to deal damage with the Yaris, but no, that's not going to happen anytime soon. And once again, Vindicators now running away from the barrage of the VX rockets, but now 1 Vindicator goes down as well. So somehow Darkness is holding his ground. But now, come on, man, just leave him alone. No, please don't lose that Striker VX. MCV has been sold, so this is going to be the final point defense drones, but now cryocopter numbers are still same than
Show your valor!
Shrink has been used. There are only a handful of tsunami tanks left that can actually crush these units. Now, oh, what? Oh
no! We're under fire.
That's way too much, man. That's way too much. Come on. Sneaking a spy. I didn't even notice that. And no, that's just way too much. That's just
They will answer to the shogunate.
I mean, Darknage is just pulling the best that he could, but Dutch army's pressure was way too high. He almost used everything the Allies could offer. But unfortunately, I mean, Darknage just couldn't handle the pressure. If he only didn't overcome it on this his sea harassment, maybe things could be better. But now this is way too late for it. Let's go for the second game. So now we are on Battle Base Beta. So unlike the previous set, we have seen most of the... I'm always going to say Yuri's Revenge, but no, it's like the Yuriko maps. But now we see the standard maps of the River 3. So unlike anything different, this is Battle Base Beta. Now once again, there is no faction change. So this is Dutch Army as a Red Allies versus the Blue Empire. This is Darknage. We are supporting him. I support him. I don't know, guys, but the guy really tried out. He really tried his best. He didn't just tapped out immediately. He really worked on that. But well, sometimes you win the games even though you did do your best. Sometimes you just lose it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. All you can do just say GG and proceed. Even if you rage, that's not going to fix anything because the game. If the game says that you lost, you lost. If the game says you win. That's very simple. Now somehow, how necessary was that move? I think it is. Now there's only one Imperial Warrior and one Dojo Corps. On the meantime, Dutch Army is decommissioning all of these garrisons in the crossfire, a little crossfire by the way. He doesn't want these pesky garrisons to be inhabited by these Imperial Warriors. No, he doesn't want that. He even destroyed this one. So right now, Darknage is witnessing the insanity of the Dutch Army. Like, okay, this guy really doesn't want this happening. Also, what he doesn't want to see happen, seeing Empire growing strong. So he wants to settle this once and for all with this Ripjaw. There's only one dog over there to see the sea expansion if it's going to happen. But now, if there is no mecha, okay, mecha bay is on. So that's good news. Now, the Riptide has been spotted. I'm sure Darknage realizes that this is a Ripjaw. So run. Oh no. Why do you have tank busters? You definitely need more Tengus. And better yet, you have to inhabit your own garrison points. I mean, this is good. Not that bad. But if your opponent, like for example, sneaks 5 javelins in here, that's going to be doom. And I tell you that. Now this javelin is... okay, this doesn't have any kind of javelin. So now infantry try to move out, but now taking some significant amount of damage. So this Riptide has to go back. Fortunately, the move didn't work well in the terms of execution, so Dutch Army is going back. On the meantime, all of the infantry is now out. So, all right, going back and forth. I think he's having some like trouble in decision making. And now all of these javelins now meeting with the Vindicator. Vindicator tried to bait. One Tengu goes down. Vindicator goes down as well. But now all of these Tengus landed perfectly. The airbase is now under threat. And that's actually a very nice use of the building collision out there. Another Tengu arrived. And airbase is going to go down. I don't think this Apollo going to make... Or Apollo or Vindicator doesn't really matter. It's going to be split second in the matter. I wonder if the Chami get the cashback from that. I mean, I don't know if the area unit he wanted to build was refunded or gets built, because when you lose your airfield and if there's any plane on landed there, you lose the planes as well. So always get them built. On the meantime, now peacekeepers ejected from the Riptide and taking down all of the infantry of the Darknage. On the meantime, Darknage made a nice start, but he has to make some good momentum. On the meantime, airbase is built one more time. And now Vindicator is out to actively seek some targets. The trouble is, you should go for the Apollo maybe, because all of these Tengus are on the guys. Is there one unrepaired Tengu out there? I'm sure. Also, this, not that bad, a humble move, but this wall section can be a very dangerous proposition for the Dachami. On the meantime, whoa. Fortunately, Vindicator gets sniped, and this Javelin squad also gets down one as well. Now, this is going to be risky. If you're going to engage, you have to know that if this Ripjaw goes to your base, you have nothing to defend on. Maybe go for... I'm going to do... I think that's an opportunity missed. You could actually snipe down this power plant. And yeah, that's a power plant, but you know, I mean, it can always work. Now there's only one Peacekeeper out there trying to destroy this oil derrick. Sniping down the dog, I don't know how effective that move. But the economy of the Dutch army is actually running well. He's on 3 refineries and has multi-gunner turrets actively defending his base. There's nothing out there to stop this Peacekeeper. I guess there is. Okay. So this is very tedious. And it will take some years for this Peacekeeper to die from this Imperial Warrior. A quick ammo facility. I think we're going to see some Cryocopters and Guardian tanks perhaps. Humble amount of infantry going for the garrisons perhaps. I mean, these garrisons should be always good, because after all, at any point your opponent can go for Testa push or maybe turret push. So getting a hold over here will buy you some time. And yeah, this garrison has been taken long ago by the Dutch army. So yeah, you can move them, but they will probably die to Vindicators. In the meantime, now, ooh, this garrison is going to get destroyed as well. I mean, no matter what, at one point you definitely need to snipe these Riptides. But now we see IFVs out there. Is he going to bait the Tengus? Very nice bomb micro coming from the Dutch army, taking down the 3 of them immediately. But now the amount of the IFVs are way too high, so oh no. Now all of these missiles actually dealing the damage, but since the Tengu gone on the land, it only takes the land damage. On the meantime, I mean, IFVs deal more damage to air units compared with the ground units. Okay, so Striker reacts. So this time, I mean, of course, in this map, establishing an air superiority in allies is not going to be very easy. Even now, so what are these Striker VXs doing again? I'm trying to take down this oil derrick. Also, very late expansion coming out, and also once again now Guardian tanks, and this Riptide that he didn't take it down before is going to cause a lot of troubles for him. And now, unfortunately, these garrisons are now getting destroyed one by one. There's only still one, so that's not bad. But now Tengus are now dying to Vindicator bombs. If they're going to land, I mean, if they're going to sky, they will be targeted by these IFVs for heavy damage. And now, finally, we see the sniping of this power plant now immediately being sold. And there is no power plant out there, so you don't need to actually go over there. Or maybe running away, that's another option. But now MCV, oh no. Now tank busters are arriving, not that bad. Very nice cryo shot has been used there. And 3 tank busters gets frozen. I mean, even if you have the 4th refinery, there is a handful of allies army at your doorstep. Now Tsunami tanks out, not that bad move. How come these Striker VXs came all around here? And I don't know why they were here, but now they get destroyed. Collector is next. Is this also an Empire play that we see without suicide explosives? Actually, there are. But actually dealt
The tsunami rises!
a chunk of damage. Now, unfortunately, this MCV is going to span a lot of time for repairs. I mean, unless I have point defensors, I will definitely let it in the vehicle mode. Because, yeah, I mean, getting free repairs should be much more better. Now we see some defensive measures are being taken by the Dark Niche. I mean, he doesn't want to lose this access over there. Reasonable amount. This garrison. Okay, finally. if Dutch army destroys this, this is going to be good for the Darknage. Okay, he does so, but now he is pulling back. I think he has the means to end the game now. He has economical advantage. He has... Ooh. Okay, so right now he is going for only 1 Yari, so that's a little bit better. I mean, better than getting 4 Yaris for just taking down an entire refinery. Now, Tengus are going to meet with the Apollos, but now the microplate is on. IFBs have arrived for the rescue. Now, Vindicator's a little bit messed up with the micro, I guess. But now all of these Tengus are just going directly into the main base. Yep. Or not. Darknage, what are you doing? I mean... Okay, he is maneuvering around the base. But he pulled all of these, I mean, anti-air units out there. But there's a thing. At that time, you could definitely use some repairs with these units out there. One multi-gunner turret just gets deployed. And trouble is brewing over this refinery. After all, there are some riptides. And Apollos are being moving out as well. Oh no, Cryocopter is there. Now, if you can quickly snipe this Cryocopter, that would be a lot good for you. But now Darkness smelt the trouble and now escorting his refinery. I'm sorry, collector. Just sell this off if you're not going to defend it. Now, oil rig gets destroyed as well. I mean, now Tengus have arrived. And 2 of the Vindicators are down, actually. Not that bad move. 1 of the Apollo, 2 of the Apollos are down. And no, Darknage is not buying the bait. He knows that their IFVs will be there if he dares to go there. But now, so many units are being destroyed just for getting 1 refinery. I don't know how effective trade was that. After all, I mean, he is still on 3 refiners and he can always go for the 4th once again. You should definitely take down these peacekeepers because, I mean, vision means cryo shot. Speaking of the cryo shot, now we have cryo bloodbaths. There are so many tsunami tanks and some infantry over there. Tengus have landed all over the ground. Cryo shot is technically wasted. Now, Dutch army is going for the retreat. He is unsure about whether to proceed or not. These javelins could be taken down if Darkness respond a little bit quicker. Now, this Striker VX positioning is a little bit haywire, I have to confess. Oh no, don't
show your valor
for that, I think.
They show no respect.
Now, all you need to do is just maneuver around here. That's very simple. He is going for the inlands of the base. Deploying over here, I'm unsure, I have to say. Now, what you can do is going for the suicide with Tengus for these Cryocopters, because the main power of this army is definitely these Cryocopters. He wants to shrink down the tanks and let the peacekeepers do the dirty job. Now, on the meantime, Strikers now on the land and dealing some free damage on these Cryocopters, but now the wall has been breached a little bit.
Give us a good death!
Some odd movement happening here, but this is the zone that you don't want to take the fight in. I mean, Peacekeeper just deals splash damage and something that you really don't want to have. And also this tsunami tank has been drastically reduced move speed and now recovered completely. Now, this is the all-in for the Dutch army because after all, he's on 3 refineries. On the meantime, he's important on 4 refineries. So, the time is in the favor of the Darknage. But now, what are we going to see? I would definitely move this collector for the front lines for the battle as well. And he's trying to buy him some more time. On the meantime, this Cryocopter is quite low on HP. 1 guarding tank. Oh no, this base is now... I mean, this expansion point is under threat. Now, Striker VXs is decommission. No, actually... Oh no, that's not good. That's not the best option maybe. But now, I mean, taking down 1 guardian tank, something... Tank busters, if only there were more tank busters, this could actually deal lots of damage to these tanks out there. But now, all of these infrastructure investment going to be done at the same time over here. On the meantime, this IFB is going to cause a lot of trouble for the Darknage because after all, everything goes on the... I mean, they can target them. That's something. Refinery goes down, unfortunately, but now army is a little bit in disarray. I mean, Dutch army is pulling out nicely, taking down refinery and retreating back safely. I wonder what is the cash conditions of our players. So Dutch army has 2,000.
No enemy is too big.
Darknage is spending all of his money, I guess. Or is he going to get... Okay, because he get another refinery. Now, I mean, these garrisons once again proved how valuable they are. And Dutch army is just He's just playing how the Empire would usually play, like hit and run. I mean, deal some damage and retreat back without any kind of loss. And I mean, he is doing it well. He's pulling it out well. On the meantime, once again, we're going to see the moment of Empire having some issues with production. That's so many Apollos, so I'm unsure, man. Cryocopters are now focused on this refinery once again. So many. Oh. What is this? Dagnich, come on. Ooh, also now we get to see some heavy tier 3 action coming. But now, on the meantime, Darkness wants to have the economy of the Dachami. He wants to deal a sneaky damage. But now this base, if there are no javelins out there, this base is completely defenseless. Now, a little bit disarray. I mean, Air Force is somewhere, and Darkness is now decommissioning out the multi-gunner treatment. Now, IFPs have arrived already, but he doesn't engage in. So that's something, but now I think 2 Striker VXs, you will probably need more than that. Collector goes down. On the meantime, Dachami just goes for the A move against here. Maybe that will work. I'm unsure, but now anti-air is... what is this? Okay, Emperor's Rage has been used, and some damage has been dealt to these units, but now I think this Striker VX is going to die very soon enough. Oh, maybe okay, Mirage Tank goes down. And IFP goes down as well. Another IFP, I think, engages, is going to take the L. Now, all of this army is now dealing heavy damage to the infrastructure of the Darknage. Now, Darknage, his walls are acting as a prison. So I wonder, he's now reduced into 2 refineries. On the meantime, this IFP, maybe you should definitely focus on this one. Now, oh, Cryogeddon just in the spot, and the reaching army can't see any kind of reinforcement arriving for them. There are only a handful of infantry left. Anti-air is non-existent. This is the game. That's the game. And now, Tene Shield has been active. Now all of these Guardian tanks try to go to crashing move, but gets a bit destroyed. But now taking down lots of units as well. These Danzai charge is not going to work as long as there's a Mirage tank out there. Mirage tank gets destroyed by the tank buster. 2 reactors left already, but there is a fat air force. All of Dachami is still soaring in the skies. Now MCB joining the fray. How is it going to work? That's not going to work. Now collectors are now joining the fight as well. I mean, workers, take arm, have the work, liberate yourselves, and now start to deal some damage, and the damage they're going to deal. And actually, it's going to work. I mean, this infantry has been cleared out, and now Guardian tank is not. Oh! How often that happens? Now, Athena Cannon, I think in just one final. Oh, gas destroyed. Reverse move, come on. Dachami, come on, you just won the game. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate for the... Okay, when Cryocopter goes down, that's something, but... There is only... Oh, there's no collector out there as well. And Psycho VXs just go and commit seppuku for the Mirage tank, and... I think that's all. Yep. Even though he fought very hard for himself to try to get the second game, unfortunately, I think that final engagement didn't really worth anything, because Dachami had a very, very big army on his doorstep, and well, I mean, you just separated your anti-air force, and Cryocopters did over much over this game, unlike the previous game, but they did what they're supposed to do. So I think that's the game. So GG for the both of our players, and congratulations for the Dachami for proceeding. On the meantime, guys, let me know. Okay, let me know what you think on the comments. Feel free to leave a like, and probably I will be casting the alternative bracket in a full session. I'm going to try on that one. And you may ask, why didn't I have any kind of videos uploaded? Because I was quite busy on Friday and Saturday. I got actually tortured in Saturday. I had full day work, so that was quite difficult for me. Couldn't attend for any. I couldn't even, let alone turn on my laptop. But anyway, thank you guys. Stay tuned, and I wish you the best, and have a nice weekend.